we'll get into that in another episode. And also, we'll get into the future of the running backs. Because we all know how that played out. You know what I mean? That was basically kind of non-existent too. So we'll get into that too in another episode. So there'll be a lot of different episodes of this. So the future of the Broncos, what position this today is going to be the future of the Broncos tight end position. So bear with me as we get into it. So we all know that Adam Chapman, Lucas Kroll, and Nate Atkins, they were basically non-existent, but they did have a nice day on National Tight Ends Day. And so I'll say about altogether they accounted for about 5 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Other than that, they were basically non-existent. And a tight end is usually a quarterback's best friend. So in order to help accelerate Bo Nix's second year trajectory, so he won't have that sophomore slump. The Broncos gonna need to get him some tight end help, which is currently the draft is full of tight ends. Right now, I'm gonna discuss the top five with y'all. So bear with me as I pull it up. Okay. Now I'm gonna do them by rank. The first one, tight end one, Tyler Warren, Penn State, big boy ranked 13th. Strengths. He has a frame to play in line as a wingback and fullback. Long arms are advantageous for catch radius and when blocking. Hold up well versus power against most defensive ends. Very strong player. Not afraid of physical aspects of the game. Big time production increase as a receiver in 2024. Now we get into a weakness. A bit stiffer to change direction, which limits his route tree. Okay. Wow. He has all the attributes. And Tyler Warren he's actually a pure tight end. He can play in line. He can catch, has a great catch radius, but a bit stiffer when he wants to, how to change direction and stuff. So I guess that's something that he's gonna have to work on. And when he gets to the NFL, if he's drafted by the Broncos, they have a good training staff that could hopefully work with him. And we're going to get into a lot more, but he's actually probably the best tight end in this draft, Tyler Warren. Because on here is tight end one. He's probably tight end one no matter where I look him up. Okay, because right now I'm looking at Pro Football Focus page. Tight end two, Colson Loveland, Michigan. Big boy ranked 31. Wow, that's a big difference. Tyler Warren was ranked, big boy rank was 13. Colson Loveland ranked 13. Colson Loveland, Michigan is ranked 31. Tyler Warren was 13th. Okay. Strengths. Very impressive athlete, even for a lighter weight tight end. Natural pass catcher, crisp, explosive routes. Has change of direction flexibility to run routes with multiple breaks. Has a frame / limb to block secondary play as well. Some linebackers weakness shows fundamental as a blocker but lacks the true size to handle defensive end. Catch percentage could be higher, could be more creative after the catch. Okay, could be more creative after the catch. Um, Catch percentage could be higher. Maybe that means he has to work on his hands, work on his catch radius, more creative. Maybe probably needs to work on his route running. Get more routes. Okay, tight end three, Gunningham, Texas. Big boy rank 75. Strengths: good core and grip strength off the wall. Strength to the wall off defensive lineman as a blocker. Balanced receiver after the catch. Weakness: struggles against many powerful edge rushers. Could use more pop as a blocker. He might need to be get a bit stronger. Could use more pop as a blocker. That means to me he needs to get stronger. Tight end four, Elijah Arroyo, Miami, Florida. Big board rank 80. 80. Strengths: good all around athlete for the position. Has a good sense of urgency slash effort in how he moves. Play with a chip on his shoulder. Good physicality at the break points of his routes. Just one drop on 50 targets in 2024. Weakness: will dip his head when loading up for bigger blocks. Consistent false steps getting out of his stance. Doesn't have NFL level impact run blocking strength. Only one full season of starting reps. Lacks leverage and technique to maintain blocks. Ooh, that's like that's really a knock on Gunningham, ain't it? He needs to get bigger. He really needs to work on a lot of stuff. Will dip his head when low enough for bigger blocks. Wow, that means his head is going like this, and he's trying to block bigger people. He needs to keep his head up at the point of attack and you know bomb. That all comes with reps. This is his full, first full season of starting reps. Lacks leverage and technique to maintain blocks. He might not be a starting caliber tight end, huh? He might probably need to come off for the bench or might even have the red shirt for the 2025 season. Wow. Right, wow. But on this page, they only gave me like five, the top five. I'm probably going to more a little later on as we getting closer to the draft. Revisit this and do a part two on this. Mason Teller, tight end five, LSU. Wow. Okay. This is actually Jason Teller's nephew. Big boy rank 87. Wow. Okay. Strength: well built, athletic frame. Has the size and experience to play inline as well as in the slot. Light as a blocker, but does have good hand placement and technique. Weakness: lack of weight shows up when fighting in the trenches. Slender build for an inline player, might need to put on about 10 pounds. So that just goes. That's Mason Taylor's weakness. Lack of weight shows. So he's probably just gonna have to put on weight. The strength and conditioning people, we'll see, and then like the scouts, they take note of stuff like that too. So, um, but the Broncos, they're going to draft a tight end for sure. Don't know if it's going to be in the first round. It might be in the first round, second round. Nobody knows because they're not telling nothing. They're not saying nothing. They don't never have no leaks coming out. Um, but look for them to also draft a tight end too. New Orleans tight end Jawan Johnson has been linked to Denver, and Sean Payton was the one who drafted him in New Orleans. So that's just a connection to look out for. Um, this is going to be another good season. Right now, all of us who be doing podcasts, all of us are just taking a general guess. Guesstimating on what's going to happen and what should happen, but we don't really know the actual things of what's going to happen because we're not in, their draft meetings. So I'm just laying out particular ideas, but we know Tyler Warren and Coastal Loveland are 1 and 2, and a lot of mock drafts, Coastal Loveland has been mocked to Denver. Every once in a while, you'll see Tyler Warren mocked to Denver, or marked to Indianapolis Colts at pick 14. What a lot of analysts are saying now is that if Denver wants Tyler Warren, favors Tyler Warren, they may have to try to trade up to get ahead of Indy so they could get Tyler Warren. But right now it's kind of early to tell. Anything could change on draft night. Anything could change on draft night. Aston Gentry is not likely to fall to pick 20, the running back out of Boise State. He's not likely, but who knows? He can fall. Tyler Warren can fall to 20. So a lot of things can happen on draft night. We just gotta wait and see. All I'm doing is just painting the picture. Until next time, my salute.